Happy Memorial Day 2013. I'd like to say thank you to all our veterans and the people that support our veterans, and God bless. So today we're going to talk about making a poor man's raised bed. And it's not just going to show you a finished product, we're going to go through and make an instructional video. Now from last year you can see we did it, but we just mounded up hills of dirt. Which worked well at the time, but for this year we needed something different. I'd like to say this was my idea, but this is actually something I saw in an online magazine. I thought was a great idea, and we're going to take it just a step further. We're going to start with the tools, and the tools I use for this project are a weed whacker, shovel, pitchfork, a little 4-pound hammer, and a hand stapler. And then we got sheets of plastic. I can't begin to tell you how many mils thick. Somebody will ask, but I don't know. I got these at an auction, at a farm auction. I cut them into 2-inch strips, folded them over so they were about 1 foot high, as you can see. And we took a bunch of about 2-foot stakes. Some of them were 3 foot. It doesn't matter. And pound it in the ground. Now the first thing you need to do, in our case, as you can see, we had to take the weed whacker and turn this into this. Now you don't need a mound of dirt, as we've got here. In this area, it happens to be very wet for us, so if we did it right on the ground, everything would have just gotten soaked and the plants would have been too wet and died. So we made mounds from the year previously. But if you've got a good dry area, you can do this on a flat area. So we weed whack the area and get a nice bit of dirt. And you don't have to till up the dirt. It can just be right down to grass like we've got it. Now before you put your 4 corner posts like we've got right here, you need to measure out how long your plastic is, and that'll give you the perimeter of the 4 posts. So once you've done that, you've cut your strips, you put in your 4 posts, you wrap the plastic around those 4 posts. Hi, Mason. You wrap the plastic around the 4 posts. Now don't put in the side pieces until after you've stapled all 4 corners. And one of the things I want to stress is as you go around the 4 corners that you've got right here, you staple those, and then you put the side pieces on the outside. That way any pressure from anything that you put inside will push against those stakes and not against the staples as if it was on the outside. Now here I've made the next stage, but I've actually broken it out into 4 stages. And this is so people can get an understanding of what I did. Now I took, at the far end, which was just the wrapped plain ground, and we took a mixture of cow manure and mulch from a local sawmill, and I mixed that together. If you don't have, cow manure and mulch, it's not a big deal. You can find any kind of topsoil or different things at an Agway or farm store. On top of that, I put a small layer of sand. Hi, Mickey. And then in this very last area, you can see I mixed the sand in. I just worked it very lightly with the pitchfork. And when you're all done, honey, don't pick that up. When you're all done with that, then you take another piece of plastic and put right over the top, just as I've done here. Now this is optional for people who enjoy getting out and weeding, and they say it's very therapeutic. That's, you can leave the plastic off and weed all you want. But for me, this is what we call nearly maintenance free. We'll go through, we'll poke holes in the plastic, and we'll put in our tomatoes and peppers and any other kind of plants that we want to use in this application. And the plastic being on top, poking the hole through it, reduces the amount of weeding by a large amount. So as you can see, this is the finished product. This is the 4 stages of construction. This is what we start with. by pounding our 4 wooden posts in. And this is really what we started with. Was just an overgrown area of grass, a wet area. Well, thank you for watching. I hope this helped. It's very simple, very cheap to make one of these. If you've got all the materials ready, with 2 people is probably 2 hours tops. Hey Mickey, can you say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Can you say Happy Memorial Day?
Happy Memorial Day.
Say God bless.
God bless.
All right, look here. Say bye-bye.